This is Lady Elizabeth, your narrator. Every evening, I open a door to a new mystery. If you enjoy my work, a simple like and a subscription are enough to support the voice that brings these stories to life. Ready? Then come closer, and let's listen together. The sodium glow of Seattle's street lamps bled through the rain-smeared windshield like anemic daylight, turning the city's veins, its endless grid of valleys and overpasses, into a watercolor of grays and yellows. Jordan Hale gripped the wheel of his battered Toyota Corolla, the wipers slapping a futile rhythm against the downpour, each thwack echoing the thud in his chest. It was pushing 2 a.m., the witching hour for gig economy ghosts like him, the drunk stumbling from Capitol Hill bars, the night shifters craving lukewarm pho, the insomniacs ordering vintage vinyl from hole-in-the-wall shops. Tonight's haul had been lean, 3 runs in 4 hours, barely enough to cover gas, and the parking ticket he'd earned dodging a cop on Pine Street. He pulled into the Uber Eats depot lot on the edge of SoDo, the industrial sprawl where warehouses hulked like forgotten titans under the constant drizzle. The place was a fluorescent purgatory, chain-link fences topped with razor wire, floodlights buzzing like angry hornets, and a cluster of drivers huddled under the awning, scrolling apps for the next ping. Jordan killed the engine, the Corolla's cough dying to a tick, and popped the trunk remote. Routine. Dump the leftovers, log the miles, crash for a few hours before the morning rush. But as he hefted the insulated bag onto the drop-off cart, something shifted in the trunk's shadows, a soft thump, like a book falling from a shelf. He frowned, rain needling his hoodie hood, and leaned in. There, wedged against the spare tire well, was the package. Again. It was innocuous on the surface. A plain brown shipping box, no bigger than a hardcover novel, taped with standard packing strips, addressed in blocky Sharpie to J. Harlan, 4721 Aurora Avenue North. No return label, no barcode. Jordan's stomach soured. This was the 4th time. First drop-off last Tuesday. He'd hauled it to the address, a nondescript walk-up in Fremont, rung the bell until his finger cramped. No answer. Uber's policy, leave it if no one's home, but the app glitched, marking it undelivered. Back to depot. Next day, same box, same address. Rinse, repeat. Each return, he'd flagged it to support. Package looping. Glitch? Crickets. He grabbed it, the cardboard damp and yielding under his fingers, heavier than it looked, like it held wet sand. Screw this, he muttered, slamming the trunk. The depot attendant, a bored 20-something named Kai with neon blue hair and a perpetual vape cloud, glanced up from his phone. Yo, Jordan. That the ghost box again. Jordan dropped it on the cart with a thud. Yeah, tell corporate it's haunted or whatever. I'm out. Kai snorted, scanning it half-heartedly. Harlan, huh? Sounds like a dick. 4th time, maybe he's dodging child support. He keyed it in, the scanner beeping affirmative, then paused. Wait, app's rerouting. Says driver hold. What the? Jordan's phone buzzed in his pocket, insistent. He fished it out, screen blooming with the Uber Eats alert. New pickup, 4721 Aurora Avenue North EST time, 5 minutes. Bonus, $50. His jaw tightened. The address. Again. Bullshit. He swiped decline, but the notification respawned, looping like a glitchy GIF. Decline. Respawn. His data ticked up, roaming charges from some phantom tower, until the battery warning flashed at 23%. Forget it, he growled, pocketing the phone. Kai was already back to TikTok, the box forgotten on the cart. Jordan trudged to his car, rain sluicing down his neck, the weight of the night pressing like a bad debt. Home was a studio in Ballard, a $1,200 coffin with a hot plate and a futon that smelled of stale ramen. Ex-wife in Tacoma, kid he saw twice a month if alimony checks cleared. Gig life, freedom's punchline. The drive north blurred 15th Ave's potholes juddering the suspension. The Space Needle's arm a skeletal wave in the rearview. Aurora Avenue unspooled like a vein, motels flickering past, the Comet, the lusty lady's ghost sign peeling in the wet. 4721 loomed, a 3-story brick walk-up, Fire escapes dripping rust, windows blind with drawn shades. Jordan parallel parked crookedly, hazard lights blinking accusatory, and grabbed the box. One last try. The buzzer rasped under his thumb. Unit 2B, J. Harlan. Static, then a click. No voice. The door buzzed open, hydraulics groaning like an old man's sigh. Jordan hesitated, lobby air thick with mildew and takeout ghosts, mailboxes yawning empty. Stairs creaked under his boots, each step echoing too loud, the box tucked under arm like contraband. 2B's door hung ajar, 3 inches, a sliver of yellow lamplight spilling onto scuffed linoleum. Hello? Uber Eats for Harlan. His voice bounced unanswered. He nudged the door wider with his elbow, hinges whispering protest. Inside, a dim cave of bachelor entropy. Sagging couch, pizza boxes colonizing the coffee table, air humming with the fridge's indifferent drone. Just a single lamp on an end table, bulb naked, casting long shadows that danced like eavesdroppers. Jordan set the box down on the table, careful amid the debris, a half-eaten burrito, crumpled receipts, a chipped mug ringed with coffee stain. He turned to leave, but his phone pinged not Uber, a low battery alert, but the screen lit with a photo. The box, time-stamped now, geolocated here. Delivery confirmed. Bonus awarded. He blinked. No notification bar. Just the image, stark, the box open, contents spilling, a sleek black USB drive, matte and unmarked, coiled beside it like a serpent's tongue. His pulse kicked. He hadn't opened it, hadn't touched the tape. But the photo, it was real-time, angle from above, as if the lamp had eyes. What the fuck, he whispered, snatching the box. The tape gave without resistance, flaps unfolding like they'd been pre-scored. Inside, foam peanuts shifting, revealing the drive. Nothing else. No invoice, no note. Just 16 gigs of anonymous black plastic. Jordan's thumb hovered over his phone's port. Don't. But curiosity was a thief, and he was already robbed. He plugged it in, the screen flickered, a file explorer blooming unbidden, video_001.mp4, 12 minutes and 47 seconds. No thumbnails, no metadata. Heart hammering, he hit play. The video opened on black, then resolved to grainy night vision green, Aurora Avenue, same stretch, rain-slicked under sodium haze. Timestamp, November 18th, 2025, 1:47 a.m. Tomorrow. A figure strode into frame him. Jordan, down to the frayed hoodie cuff, the scuff on his left boot from that pothole on 15th. He carried the box, same one, but moved with purpose, shoulder checking the walk-up door, ascending stairs 2 at a time. The footage cut, interior cam, shaky handheld or hidden rig. Jordan, he barged into 2B, no hesitation. The room matched, couch, pizza detritus. But now a man on the floor, mid-40s, balding pate, wire-rimmed glasses askew, scrabbling backward, terror etching his face. On screen, Jordan didn't speak. He loomed, box tumbling forgotten, hands flexing into fists. The victim, Harlan, it had to be clawed for a phone, but Jordan's boot pinned his wrist, crack audible even through tinny speakers. Harlan screamed, muffled as Jordan's knee drove into his chest, gloved hands, weight, gloves, closing around the throat. The struggle was brief, brutal, nails raking, legs kicking, Harlan's face purpling to plum as the life guttered out. Jordan held until stillness, then rose, methodical, wiping prints on the couch cushion, pocketing the phone, rifling drawers for something. Cash? A key? The footage ended on him exiting calm, door clicking shut, timestamp frozen. 2:03 a.m. Jordan yanked the drive, breath ragged, the room, this room, tilting. It wasn't him. Deepfake? AI stitch from dashcam clips, voice memos? But the details, the way he favored his left hip from that old soccer tear, the precise angle of his slump after the boot crack. And the date, tomorrow. A warning? A setup? Footsteps thudded below, someone climbing, slow, deliberate. Jordan froze, drive clutched like a grenade pin. The door downstairs creaked open, then shut. Voices murmured, low and urgent, climbing his way. He bolted for the fire escape, window jamming on first try, rust flaking under his nails, then giving with a screech. Rain lashed his face as he dropped to the alley, box abandoned, sprinting for the Corolla. Keys fumbled, engine coughing to life, tires spinning gravel as he peeled out. Back in Ballard, locks double-bolted, he paced the studio's 12 feet, drive plugged into his ancient laptop, the one relic from community college days, fan whirring like accusation. Replay. Pause on the face. Harlan, yes. Google image reverse search pulled a hit. Jonathan Harlan, 47, adjunct prof at UW, specializing in digital forensics. Ironic. No priors, no enemies listed. Just a LinkedIn ghost, bridging code and conscience. Jordan's hands shook as he dialed 911. Yeah, there's a video of me killing a guy. But I didn't. It's fake, but it's tomorrow. The dispatcher cut him off, voice syrup smooth. Sir, slow down. You're at 4721 Aurora. How? He hadn't said the address. Officers en route. Stay put. Panic clawed. He killed the call, unplugged the drive, smashed it under heel, plastic splintering, chip guts glittering on linoleum. But the laptop chimed, a new email from no-reply@ubereats.com. Subject, delivery update. Attached, the video file. Unopened, but timestamped received 2:47 a.m. His eyes darted to the clock, 2:46. A knock rattled the door, 3 raps, cop precise. Mr. Hale? Seattle PD, open up. He didn't. Window again. Fire escape slick with rain, hard a jackhammer as he dropped to the alley, feet splashing puddles that mirrored the skies in different black. The Corolla roared south toward Tacoma, toward his kid, anything but here. But in the rearview, headlights bloomed, unmarked sedan, no lights, no siren. Following. Dawn broke gray over I-5, the sound a leaden sheet to his left, exhaustion fuzzing the edges. He ditched the phone at a rest stop, bought a burner with cash from the glove box, $40, emergency stash. Called his ex, Lena, don't ask. Just keep Eli home today. Tell him daddy's on a run. Her voice sharpened. Jordan, what the hell? Cops called, said you assaulted someone. Lies. All of it. He hung up, burner tossed into the weeds. Harlan's face haunted, pleading eyes, the crack of bone. Deepfake tech was everywhere. News clips of celeb scandals, political smears. But this? Personal. Surgical. Mid-morning found him in a Tacoma public library, hoodie pulled low, nursing black coffee from a thermos. The computers were ancient relics, but anonymous. He searched, Jonathan Harlan, Seattle. Obituaries? Nothing. Socials? Sparse. A Reddit AMA from last year. Digital forensics professor spills on deepfakes. They're not coming, they're here. Harlan's post. I've seen fakes so good, juries convict ghosts. Jordan's skin prickled. Harlan knew. Was consulting? For who? Uber? A rival driver with a grudge? He dug deeper. Harlan's firm. Ethos forensics. Clients redacted. But whispers in forums. Corporate espionage. Wrongful convictions overturned. One thread. Guy's onto something big. Word is, he's got dirt on a tech giant. Watch your back. A shadow fell over the keyboard librarian, stirring glasses. Time's up, sir. Next user. He nodded, fleeing to the Corolla, but the lot was wrong. His spot empty, skid marks fresh. Stolen? Towed? Panic surged as he jogged the block, there, under an overpass, doors ajar, interior trashed. Dash cam ripped out, glove box emptied. And on the hood, scratched with a key, tomorrow. Sirens wailed distant, closing. Jordan ran, blind. Rain-slick streets blurring to a nightmare chase, lungs burning, the video's timestamp a noose tightening. Harlan wasn't random. The package wasn't a glitch. It was bait. And he was the hook. By noon, holed up in a Fleabag motel off Pacific Avenue, SeaTac Arms, $59 per night, no ID, Jordan pieced it frantic. Burner calls to old contacts, his cousin, a PI in Spokane. Jordan? Shit, man Harlan? Yeah, I know him. Whistleblower type. Filed a suit last month against. Hold on. Pause, keys clacking. Vortex Dynamics. AI firm. Deepfake patents. Harlan claimed they framed a client, planted vid evidence in a custody battle. Case sealed, but rumors. Execs involved, payoffs. Vortex. Jordan's blood iced. Uber's parent? No, sibling corp. Same umbrella. OmniGig Holdings. The gigs, the algorithms, they knew him. Tracked every mile, every pause. Harlan had proof. The package? A dead drop gone wrong. Or right. The door rattled, housekeeping. Jordan froze, peephole dark. Occupied. A cart squeaked away. He exhaled, but the TV flickered on remote untouched, tuning to local news. Breaking. Assault at Fremont walk-up. Suspect at large. Police seek Jordan Hale, 32, in connection with. Cut to the video. Grainy, but unmistakable. Him, throttling Harlan. Timestamp, November 18th, 2025, 1:47 a.m. The screen glitched, resolving to a chat window overlay. Run all you want, Jordan. The code's written. Delivery in 12 hours. He smashed the remote through the tube, glass spiderwebbing, but the motel's landline rang shrill, insistent. He snatched it. What? A voice synthetic smooth, no accent. Mr. Hale. Or should I say, Harlan's courier? The package was never for him. It was for you. Who is this? Laughter, digital and dry. The future. Vortex thanks you for the test run. Harlan's inconvenient. But your face? Perfect for the narrative. Stay tuned, tomorrow's premiere. Click. Jordan hurled the receiver, pacing the threadbare carpet. Mind a whirlwind of angles. Frame Harlan's killer with his likeness. Discredit the whistleblower. Bury the suit. But why him? Random driver? Or targeted his history, the assault charge from Lena's divorce, the gig logs painting him unstable. Dusk fell early, rain a curtain. He slipped out back, alley shadows his ally, hitching a ride south on a trucker's rig, big rig to Portland, cash under the table. Just a lift, man. Girlfriend drama. The driver, Earl, nodded, country radio twanging low. Jordan stared at passing taillights, the USB's ghost in his mind. Crack, gasp, silence. Portland's Greyhound station by night, a fluorescent zoo of transients and tweakers, vouchers clutched like lifelines. Jordan bought a ticket to Eugene, $22, one way, boarding in 20. He hunkered in the corner, hoodie brim low, scanning faces for uniforms. A payphone caught his eye, relic, but working. He dialed Lena's cell. Voicemail, it's me. Don't call back. Cops have a warrant, your face on every channel. Eli's scared. What did you do? Delete. Guilt knifed deep. The kid ate, gap-toothed grin, asking for 4 night skins last visit. Now this. Boarding call droned. He cued, ticket damp in fist, but a hand clamped his shoulder firm, uniformed. Jordan Hale. He bolted through the crowd, knocking a stroller askew, apologies lost in shouts. Doors to the platform, chain-link gates rattling as he vaulted, bus idling but locked. Driver yelling, passengers gawking. He sprinted the lot, feet pounding wet asphalt, lungs fire, until a shadow detached from a panel van. Harlan. No, Harlan, alive, disheveled, glasses crooked. Hale. Wait, it's me. The package Jordan skidded, fists up. You're dead. I saw. Deepfake Harlan panted, hands raised. Vortex's beta. They tested on me first, bit of me robbing a bank. Dropped charges when I flipped. Now you. Run with me, we expose them. Sirens wailed, closing. Harlan grabbed his arm, pulling toward the van, keys jangling, engine hot. Drive. I know a safe house. Feds in Eugene. Whistleblower protection. Jordan hesitated. The videos lie burning. But the alternative cuffs, Eli's face on the news? He dove in, van peeling out, Harlan shotgun, directions barked, I-5 south, then 217. Trust me or don't. But tomorrow? That's when they make it real. The highway unspooled black, rain a veil. Harlan talked fast. Vortex's Black Ops, AI for narrative control, framing activists' rivals. Harlan's proof, server logs encrypted, stashed in a P.O. box. They looped your delivery to tag you. GPS spoof, app hijack. You're the patsy. Jordan gripped the wheel white-knuckled. Why me? Clean record. Desperate eyes. And your kid. Leverage. Rage boiled. The van swerved into Eugene by midnight, suburbs bleeding to woods, a cabin off old logging roads, Harlan's bolt hole, stocked with canned beans and burner laptops. Inside, musty pine, a wood stove cold, walls papered in printouts, screenshots of Vortex memos, redacted but damning. They worked through the night, Harlan decrypting dries on his rig, Jordan pacing, burner pings to anonymous tips lines. Dawn crept, coffee bitter on his tongue. Upload it, Jordan urged. Blow the lid. Harlan's fingers flew. Almost firewalls adaptive. One breach. Screen glitched, chat window blooming. Nice try, Harlan. Hail, your boys at soccer practice. Say cheese. Attached live feed. Eli kicking a ball on a muddy field, coach oblivious. A shadow at the tree lean, figure in black, gloved hand on a phone. Jordan lunged for the laptop, but Harlan shoved him back. Wait, it's bait. They want you emotional, sloppy. The feed cut. Harlan hit send, files rocketing to WikiLeaks mirrors, journalists on speed dial. Done. It's out. But the cabin door splintered, breaching RAM, TAC team pouring in, vests marked Vortex security, not PD, muzzles trained, lasers dancing chests. Lead operative, suit crisp, face masked. Harlan. Hail. Hands up. The narrative ends here. Harlan dove for a shotgun under the floorboards, boom, buckshot chewing drywall. Jordan scrambled, grabbing a poker from the stove, swinging wild. Chaos. Muzzle flashes strobing, acrid smoke, Harlan grunting hit, shoulder, blood blooming. Jordan connected once, poker to a knee, crack, then pain exploded in his side, vest catching the round but cracking ribs. They fought feral. Harlan barking overrides into his rig, self-destruct. Laptop whining to meltdown. Jordan wrestled a mask off, face revealed. Kai, the depot kid, blue hair tucked under cap, eyes cold. Betrayal stung worse than the bullet. Kai's taser popped, Jordan convulsing, vision whiting. Harlan's last shot felled one, then silence, cuffs biting wrists, zip ties on ankles. Interrogation van, blacked out, rumbling south. Kai drove, operative in back, Miss Ellis, for her badge, Harlan's old client liaison. You could have testified quietly, she sighed, dabbing Harlan's wound with ironic care. But leaks? Now it's containment. Harlan spat blood. Truth spiral. Your deepfakes? Exposed. Ellis smiled thin. Viruses mutate. Yours ends in a cell. Hail, yours in a grave. The video? Airing at noon. Eli's last memory. Daddy the monster. Jordan thrashed. Zip ties cutting. Let him go. It's me you want. Collateral, she said. Syringe glinting, sedative. Cold kiss to vein. Darkness swallowed. Dreams of the box. Endless loop. Tape resealing itself. He woke strapped to a gurney. Warehouse vast. Vortex's black site. Servers humming judgment. Harlan across, fore-dripped, pale. Ellis loomed, tablet in hand. News feed live. Breaking. Delivery driver slays whistleblower and revenge plot. The video played his face, Harlan's death throes. Timestamp, now. But the comments scrolled frantic. Fake. Check Harlan Forensics AMA. Vortex exposed, leaks everywhere. Harlan's upload had hit, mirrors propagating, net ablaze. Ellis's composure cracked. Impossible firewalls, alarms wailed. Doors burst, feds, real ones, SWAT sweep, Reyes barking from the pod's echo. Federal override. Vortex up terminated. Harlan grinned weak. Told you. Viral. Jordan's cuffs clicked free, medics swarming. Outside, dawn gold on the sound, the box's ghost finally buried. But as agents grilled Ellis, her eyes met his cold promise. Not over. Weeks later, exonerated, Jordan picked Eli up from school, gap-toothed hug, for night promised. Lena thought over coffee. You okay? Better. But the new phone pinged. Anonymous text. New pickup, your life. Bonus, freedom. Tomorrow? He deleted it. Some deliveries he refused. The van's tires hummed a frantic dirge over cracked asphalt, the logging road to Harlan's cabin a serpentine scar through the Cascades' underbelly, pines clawing at the sky like desperate fingers, fog coiling low to swallow the headlights.
Jordan Hale white-knuckled the wheel, the burner phone's glow casting Harlan's face in sickly blue, pale, sweat-sheened, glasses fogged from labored breaths. The adjunct's shoulder wound wept through his flannel, a dark bloom staining the seat, but his eyes burned with the fervor of a man who danced with digital devils and lived to testify. Faster, Harlan rasped, glancing at the rear view where shadows of pursuit might lurk. Vortex has eyes everywhere, drones, traffic cams. That upload? It's a flare, not a bomb. Buys us hours, maybe. Jordan floored it. The stolen van, a nondescript Ford Transit from the Greyhound lot, keys hot-wired by Harlan's trembling hands, protesting with a whine, suspension bottoming out on ruts that jarred his cracked ribs. Pain lanced hot, but adrenaline was a cruel anesthetic, numbing everything but the video's echo, his face, Harlan's gasp, the crack. Hours for what? Feds? You said protection. Wrong tree, Harlan cut in, wincing as he shifted, propping his arm on the dash. Vortex owns half the alphabet soup, lobbyists in DOJ pockets, contractors feeding NSA slup. My contact's old school, a reporter at The Stranger, off-grid in Portland. She broke their first deepfake scandal, Framed Activist, 2023. If the leaks hit her inbox clean, she's got a network, WikiLeaks mirrors, Eurojournos, even a hacker collective in Berlin. The road narrowed to single-lane gravel, branches scraping flanks like nails on chalkboard, the van's undercarriage pinging off rocks. Jordan's mind raced parallel, Eli's face in that feed, gap-toothed and oblivious on the soccer pitch, Lena's voicemail, laced with that old betrayal. What did you do? If Vortex twisted gigs into graves, what else? His app history, every late-night run, every flagged complaint about algorithm bias, now a noose of metadata. They picked me 'cause I'm nobody. Easy smear. Harlan nodded, fishing a thumb drive from his pocket, smaller than a gumstick, matte silver, etched with a faint sigil that looked like a fractured eye. Or 'cause you're everybody. Gig workers, Uber, DoorDash, Amazon Flex, they're the canaries. Vortex tests on the invisible, plant a vid, watch the platform purge the profile. No trial, just ban. Harlan's suit? Pro bono for a Dasher kid framed in a hit-and-run deepfake. Cops bought it till I unraveled the pixels. This? He dangled the drive. The motherlode. Source code, logs, exec chats. Narrative Adjustment Protocol. They call it NP for short. Cute, huh? Jordan snatched it mid-snarl of the road, slipping it into his jeans pocket, weight like a bullet in the chamber. The cabin emerged from the mist, a sagging A-frame, moss-shingled, chimney cold as accusation, set back in a clearing ringed by ferns that whispered in the wind. No driveway, just twin ruts leading to a chain strung with a no trespassing sign flapping ironic. Jordan killed the lights, coasting silent, engine ticking down like a held breath. Inside. Barricade. Then talk. They stumbled in, Harlan leaning heavy, the door, a warped slab of cedar, bolting with a thunk that echoed too loud. Interior. Hunter's den gone to seed. Sagging plaid couch, stone hearth stacked with yellowed newsprint, kitchenette cluttered with instant noodle cups and a percolator caked in rust. Air thick with damp pine and the faint, sour tang of unwashed socks. Harlan collapsed onto the couch, peeling back flannel to reveal the wound, puckered, oozing, but not arterial, graze from a 9mm, he grunted. Jordan rummaged drawers, Neosporin expired 21, gauze from a first aid kit with faded Red Cross stamp. Amateur hour. Hold still. As he taped, Harlan talked, voice a low rumble, eyes distant. Started 6 months back. Client, Maria Ruiz, DoorDash driver. Vid drops, her stealing packages in a gated community. Cops cuff her live on body cam, viral gold. But pixels don't lie to forensics. Shadows off by 3 degrees, lip sync lag on the screens. I trace it, IP bounce to a Vancouver server, but the render farm, Vortex's AWS cluster. They bury it, pay off to the HOA. Ruiz walks with an NDA.
But she sends me the raw, metadata screams deepfake. I dig. Find the NP playbook, AI that ingests your data, socials, dash cams, even Spotify moods, spits out at you committing any crime. Perfect for silencing leaks. Jordan's hands stilled, tape crinkling. Like my video. They had my runs, my face from ID uploads. Worse. Harlan winced as Jordan knotted the bandage. They predict. Feed your profile into the model. Divorce stress, alimony pings, late-night scrolls on conspiracy subs. Outputs a psych profile. High volatility under pressure. Then script the vid to match. Yours? Time for tomorrow, cause that's when the suit unseals, public records drop at midnight. You snap, kill the whistleblower. Narrative, unstable gig rat takes out the prof exposing big tech Uber stock dips. Nah, sympathy bump. Vortex walks. The burner buzzed on the counter, unknown number. Jordan snatched it. Yeah? Static, then a woman's voice clipped, urgent, Pacific Northwest twang. Harlan? It's Greer, Stranger Dusk. Your flare hit. Files are gold, timestamps, chat logs, the works. But you're hot. PD's got your plate from Greyhound CCTV. Vortex spooks on your tail. Ditch the cabin feds are en route, but slow. Meet me at the old mill off 99W, Portland. 0400, come alone. Click. Harlan exhaled, slumping. Greer's solid. Pulitzer runner-up. But alone in a pig's eye. Jordan paced the threadbare rug, floorboards creaking like old bones. They've got Eli. Leverage. I go solo. They snatch him mid-meet. The photo feed burned. His boy, mud-splattered cleats, that shadow at the tree lean. Vortex didn't bluff. Ruiz's NDA proved it, a life muzzled for crumbs. Harlan levered up, face grim. Then we split the risk. You to Greer with the drive proofs in motion, but she needs the physical for chain of custody. I loop back, draw heat. Cabin's got a panic room, root cellar, Faraday lined. I'll hole up, ping decoys. Jordan barked a laugh, bitter. You? Leaking like a sieve? No. We both go, van's got plates from 3 states back. I swapped them at a truck stop. Negotiation frayed into compromise. Harlan first aid top-up. Jordan scouting the perimeter, flashlight beam cutting fog, Pines sentinel silent. No engine hums, no drone whir. Clear. They rolled out at 0230, van shocks groaning under dual loads. 5 south the black ribbon flanked by billboards hawking neural implants. Think faster. Live deeper. Vortex powered. Irony clawed. Portland swallowed them by 0345, Willamette's inky churn to the east, bridges arching like steel vertebrae. The old mill loomed off 99W, a derelict sprawl of brick and broken windows, chain link sagging, graffiti tags fading in the mist. Greer waited in a rusting pickup, headlights off, a silhouette in Carhartt and Doc Martens 30s, short-cropped dark hair, cigarette glow like a firefly. She stubbed it under boot as they pulled up, eyes scanning the tree lane. Harlan. Hail. Files check out, Berlin's already mirroring. But Vortex is scrambling. DDoS on our servers. Sock puppets flooding comments with deepfake hoax spin. Harlan handed the drive, her laptop blooming open on the tailgate, screen reflecting her face, sharp and skeptical. Upload secured. Now, evidence of deployment. Hale's vid timestamp tomorrow, but the render trace? It's in there. Pixel anomalies, watermark ghosts. Greer nodded, fingers flying, encryption keys, Tor relays, a final ping to her network. You're live. Front page tomorrow, if we make it. Her gaze flicked to Jordan, appraising. You, the face of the story. Gig worker framed by the machine he feeds. Humanizes it. Jordan snorted. Poster boy for paranoia? Pass. A crackle, Greer's radio, clipped to her belt, spitting static. Greer, it's Tate. Drones inbound, 3, thermal. From the east, 2 mics out. Her face hardened. Go. Mills got tunnels, old bootlegger runs, out to the river. Lose M in the water. She tossed Jordan his sat phone, my direct. If you surface, Cole. And Hale? Your kid, I've got a contact at CPS. Vortex won't touch him with eyes on. Harlan clapped her shoulder, grim nod. They bolted into the mill's my air fetid with mold and machine oil, beams groaning under pigeon roost. Footfalls echoed hollow, flashlights carving cones through dust moats. Tunnels yawned basement level, bricked arches crumbling, rail tracks rusted to nubs, water dripping rhythmic like a countdown. This way, Harlan directed, voice echoey. River's a quarter mile. Swim east, Kurt'll spit you in town. Drones were distant, buzzsaw menace closing. Jordan's ribs screamed with each jog, but the drive's absence lightened him, proof airborne. Harlan's laugh was wet, pained. Faculty lounge jokes aside, I've got a cabin in the Olympics, off-grid. Solar, well water. Lay low till the story breaks. Then testify. Ruiz is waiting class action gold. The tunnel sloped, air cooling to river chill, echoes amplifying the hum above. Rotors, spotlights piercing grates like accusatory fingers. They hit the iron grate, rusted, padlocked, but Jordan shouldered it, metal giving with a groan, chain snapping cold. Beyond, the Willamette, black and swollen, current tugging greedy. Jump on 3, Harlan said, stripping jacket, glasses tucked in pocket. Stay under breed when you surface. 1, 2, 3. The plunge was shock, icy knife to lungs, current yanking like a riptide hand. Jordan stroked blind, debris bumping thighs, logs, plastic ghosts, lungs burning for air. Harlan surfaced first, gasping the side, then under again, the mill shrinking astern. Spotlights swept the bank, drones dipping low, but the river hid them, veil of foam and night. They washed ashore half-mile down, mud sucking at limbs, coughing water that tasted of diesel and despair. A derelict dock, rotted pilings, crab pots tangled, offered cover. Harlan retched, then laughed, delirious. Swum worse. College dare, Puget Sound, jellyfish bloom. Jordan collapsed beside, ribs a firestorm, but alive. The sat phone buzzed Greer. Drones down, EMP pulse from the collective. You're clear. Stories viral, hashtag vortex frame trending. Stay dark. Relief flooded, warm as bourbon. But as they trudged the bank, Harlan faltering, Jordan's pocket vibrated, not the sat, something else. He fished it, the burner, screen cracked from the swim, displaying a text, delivery confirmed. Bonus, +1 tomorrow. New package, your son's soccer cleats. EST time, 3 p.m. The timestamp, November 18th, 2025, 1:47 a.m. Now, Harlan saw his face. What? Jordan's voice was ash. It's not over. They adapted. The river rushed on, indifferent. And in the distance, a new hum, drones, or something worse. The river's bank was a quagmire of slick mud and snarled blackberry brambles that clawed at Jordan Hale's jeans like vengeful fingers, drawing beads of blood through the denim without mercy. He hauled himself upright, ribs protesting with a white-hot stab that blurred his vision, the Willamette's chill still seeping from his sodden clothes like a persistent fever. Harlan sprawled nearby, coughing up river grit, his bandaged shoulder a sodden ruin, gauze unraveling, pink-tinged water pooling beneath him. The current had spat them out like indigestible bones, half a mile downstream from the mill, into a forgotten industrial bend where derelict barges listed against crumbling docks, their hulls rust-fretted and colonized by graffiti that bled in the rain. Jordan's hand dove into his pocket, fingers closing on the burner, screen spiderwebbed but alive, the text glowing accusatory, delivery confirmed. Bonus, +1 tomorrow. New package, your son's soccer cleats. EST time, 3 p.m. The timestamp blinked, November 18th, 2025, 1:47 a.m. Dead ahead, etched in the now-like prophecy. He thrust the phone at Harlan, voice a rasp scraped raw by swallowed water. Look, they knew. The upload, the meat, all of it. Adapted in real time. Harlan squinted through fogged glasses, water dripping from the frames like tears, his face a mask of academic pallor cracking under strain. He wiped the screen on his thigh, the glow illuminating the fine lines of exhaustion around his eyes, carved by late nights poring over pixel anomalies. It's not just predictive, it's reactive. NAP has a feedback loop, monitoring feeds, socials, and even burner pings via cell triangulation. Greer's upload made them pivot. Eli's cleats, that's personal. Soccer practice is Thursdays, 3 p.m. at Lincolnville, public but isolated, an easy grab. Jordan's stomach churned. Eli, 8 years old, all knobby knees and unbridled joy, cleats caked in field mud from last week's goal. Vortex didn't threaten idle, they delivered. Ruiz's NDA, the Dasher kid's shattered life, collateral in code. We end this now. Harlan levered to his knees, mud sucking at his palms, breath hitching as he clutched his shoulder. Your reporter, Greer, she's got the drive. What's the play? Portland PD has a clean unit, an old ally from the Ruiz case, Detective Voss. No Vortex strings. We hit her precinct, handoff coordinates for Eli's field. She shadows, pulls him if shadows move. Then we ghost. My Olympic cabin has a ham radio, off-grid. Wait out the storm. Jordan echoed, hauling Harlan up, the prof's weight sagging against him like a sodden backpack. Arm in arm, they staggered the bank, brambles parting reluctant. The river's rush was a mocking underscore. Drones hummed faint overhead, retreating or repositioning, their whine Dopplering into the fog. Harlan's laugh was a wet bark. Metaphor. The blowback. Story hits at dawn, hashtag Vortex frames trending, but corporations like them don't fold. They counter-narrate. Deepfakes of me confessing fraud, you as the mastermind. We need distance, proof beyond the drive. Cabins got backups, hard copies, air-gapped. Old school insurance. They broke tree lean at a service road, potholed asphalt fringed by chain link, sodium lamps flickering like dying stars. A rusted pickup squatted curbside, Harlan's backup wheels from the mill meet, keys under the mat, as Greer had texted. Jordan hot-wired it clumsy, sparks flying from the dash, engine coughing to life with a belch of blue smoke. You drive, Harlan grunted, sliding shotgun. Ribs? Jordan bit back a groan, easing behind the wheel, the pickup shocks bottoming as they peeled onto 99W. Cracked, not shattered. Focus. Eli first. Call Voss. Harlan thumbed the sat phone, Greer's loner, waterproofed and beeping alive. Voss, it's Harlan. Priority. Kid in Tacoma, Eli Hale, Lincolnville, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Vortex markers, black vans, no plates, blue hair spotter. Shadow, no approach unless hot. Yeah, we're dark. Olympic Peninsula, Dead Man's Cove. Ping if it breaks. Quick. Harlan sagged, eyes closing. She's on it. Solid, owes me from a perjury bust. The road unspooled north, Portland's sprawl giving way to suburbs bleeding into farmland. Billboards for Vortex Neuralinks winking past. See tomorrow today. Irony nod. Dawn cracked reluctant over the sound, a bruised peach smearing the horizon as they crossed Tacoma Narrows Bridge, Cable's humming wind song. Jordan's eyes burned, lids heavy as lead, but sleep was treason. Visions of the video looping, crack, Harlan's on-screen death throw mirroring his real gasp. Tell me more about NEP. How do we kill it? Harlan stirred, popping painkillers dry from a glove box rattle. Not kill, quarantine. It's distributed, shards in the cloud, edge nodes on user devices. Uber's app? Trojan horse, your phone's been rendering mini videos in the background, anonymized. That's how they got your face, idle GPU cycles, your selfies as training data. He sketched air diagrams, fingers tracing invisible nets. Cores in Reno, Vortex's data farm. But hitting it? Fort Knox with lawyers. The leaks exposed the playbook. Regulators swarm. FTC, EU GDPR fines, death by 1,000 audits. The burner buzzed, Lena's number, spoofed or real. Jordan answered, speakerphone harsh. Jordan? Cops were here. Warrant for your arrest. Videos everywhere. This is Jordan Hale from Deadman's Cove, Washington. I'm no criminal. Vortex Dynamics framed me deepfake murder vid, timestamp tomorrow. Harlan's alive, with me. Proofs printing now, NEP protocol exec orders. Listen. Words tumbled, the package loop, the USB ghost, Ruiz's story, the cleats threat. Voice cracking on Eli's name, but steady gig driver's grit, father's fury. Harlan fed pages into a scanner, PDF bursts emailing to Greer's mirrors, then broadcast, manifest page 47 Ellis, VP forensics, green lights, narrative adjustment on Hale profile. Gig logs attached. The ether hummed response. Static, then voices, hams tuning in, pirate relays amplifying. Copy that, dead man, relaying to 14.345 USB. Godspeed. A chorus built, truckers, preppers, code nerds echoing the call, hashtag vortex frames spiking live. But the cabin groaned, not wind. Engines low and predatory, gravel crunching drive. Harlan killed the mic, rigged to standby. Company. Jordan grabbed the poker from the stove blunt, but waited. They ascended quiet, peering through boarded slats, 3 black SUVs, tinted, no plates, disgorging suits and tack vests, Vortex private, Kai's blue hair flashing under a cap. Ellis emerged last, tablet in hand, rain purling her trench. Heyo, Harlan, we know you're in. Mic drop was cute, but the trace? Child's play. Harlan whispered, shotgun from the cellar racked silent. Voss, where's Voss? Sat phone buzzed. En route, ETA 8 minutes. Hold. 8 minutes. Jordan's grip tightened. We hold. Ellis's voice amplified, bullhorn crisp. Jordan, your boys' cleats are next. Soccer fields clear, Lena's unit 2. Come out, drive away. Harlan stays for consultation. Bluff? The text timestamp loomed 3 p.m., hours off, but Vortex spent time like code. Jordan cracked the door, poker low. Consultation? Like Ruiz's NDA? Or the Dasher Kid's psyche bell? Ellis smiled, rain slick. Progress. You get a package, fresh start, Tacoma address. Eli's guardian. Harlan's hand on his shoulder. Stall. Jordan stepped out, porch creaking, rain cold on his neck. Show me. Proof, no deepfake BS. Ellis nodded to Kai, who tossed a satchel, leather, heavy. It landed thud, spilling. Eli's cleats, mud-caked, laces tied with a note. Practice canceled. Daddy's gift. Inside, new ID kit, passport blank, $10,000 cash. Jordan's vision tunneled. Real. They had him snatched mid-morning, bus's shadow too slow. You bastards. Practical, Ellis said, advancing casual, suits fanning. Sign the NDA, walk. Shotgun racked behind, Harlan on the threshold, barrel steady despite his pallor. Back off. Feds inbound. Ellis's laugh tinkled. Voss? Compromised. Check your feed. Her tablet thrust forward, live cam, Lincolnville, empty field, but cut to Lena's porch, zip-tied, gagged, Eli wide-eyed beside. Kai's taser at his neck. Jordan lunged, poker swinging, but tack vests swarmed, boots stomping, zip ties biting. Harlan fired wild, buckshot chewing a SUV tire, hiss of deflation, but Kai tackled him, knee to wound, grunt of pain. Ellis loomed over Jordan, syringe glinting, sedative. Sweet dreams till the narrative settles. Needle bit, fire in vein, world tilting. Last sight, Eli's cleats, mud flaking in the rain. He woke in motion, van again, blacked out, rumble of tires on interstate. Harlan slumped opposite, fore-dripped, Ellis monitoring vitals on a tablet. Welcome back. Reno by nightfall. Consultation starts then. Jordan's mouth cotton, but words formed, Eli. Safe. Motivated. Ellis's smile clinical. You broadcast well. Almost viral. But counters deployed. Your confession vid Harlan's suicide note. Gig rat and prof, desperate for fame. Tragic. Harlan stirred, eyes cracking. Leaks still out. Contained. Ellis tapped tablet blooming feeds. Hashtag vortex frame drowned in bots. Story spun as hoax. Greer's byline scrubbed. Berlin collective offline. Van slowed, checkpoint? No. Private airstrip, Gulfstream idling, steps down. They dragged him aboard, Harlan too, restraints clicking to seats.
Takeoff thrust pressed. Reno lights swelling below. Data pharma glowing hive on the flats. Interrogation suite. Sterile white. One-way glass. Rig humming center. Neural scanner. Harlan's nightmare. Ellis strapped him first. Probes to temples. Relive it. For the record. Jordan watched helpless as Harlan arched. Screams muffled. Mind mapped. Memories extracted. Twisted for the counterfeit. His turn next, syrup in veins. Visions flooding. The package loop. Eli's birth. Lena's laugh. But in the code, a glitch, his broadcast echo. Him pirates relaying uncut. Alarms wailed mid-extract. Doors burst. Voss. Sweat True Blue. Berlin hackers in tow. Greer's network. Manifests in hand. Federal warrant. Vortex op terminated. Ellis bolted. Kai tossed mid-draw. Harlan slumped free. Jordan unchained. Voss clapped his shoulder. Kid safe. Lena too. Your call went wide. Pirates bounced it global. Dawn over Reno. Farm dark. Arrests chaining. Jordan flew home. Commercial. Economy. Eli's hug waiting. Cleats on the porch. Mud dry. But the new phone ping weeks later. New pickup. Bonus. Justice. Tomorrow? He answered. Some deliveries demand signature. The airstrip's tarmac gleamed under Reno's merciless noon sun, a vast expanse of heat-shimmering asphalt that baked the Gulfstream's fuselage like a forgotten skillet. Jordan Hale stirred against the restraints, the sedative's fog lifting in nauseous waves, his mouth tasting of copper pennies and regret. The cabin's ambient hum, jet engines winding down, hydraulics hissing, grounded him, but the zip ties bit deeper than the disorientation, wrists chafed raw against the armrests. Across the aisle, Harlan slumped in his bonds, head lolled at an unnatural angle, the adjunct's glasses askew on his nose, a thin drool of blood tracing from his nostril. The extraction had been thorough. Neural probes retracted now, but their ghost lingered in the air, ozone tang sharp as a fresh solder joint. Ellis paced the aisle, tablet in one manicured hand, her trench coat shed to reveal a crisp blouse that screamed boardroom over black sight. Reno welcome, she said without looking up, scrolling feeds with a flick. Data farm's 5 minutes out. You'll love the tour before the real work begins. Jordan's voice emerged gravelly, throat scraped. Tour or torture? Eli, where's my son? Ellis paused, tablet blooming a split screen. One half hashtag vortex frame trending global. 2.3 million impressions, memes of deepfake ghosts and gig worker rebellions. The other, a sanitized presser, her own face, poised at a podium, decrying. Rogue elements in the AI labs. Safe. Motivated. Soccer practice was optional today. Lena's cooperative, NDA pending. Her smile was surgical, eyes flicking to him like a specimen under glass. You broadcast well, Hale. Pirate radio? Nostalgic. But our counters are live. Your confession, vid hit YouTube an hour ago. I killed Harlan for the fame. Pixel perfect, time-stamped pre-leak. Comments? Polarized. Half believe, half cry hoax. Perfect chaos. Harlan groaned awake, head lifting slow, glasses sliding down. Chaos is the point. Greer's mirrors, Berlin, wiki files are out. Regulators inbound. FTC subpoena by end of day. Ellis laughed, light as shattering ice. Subpoena? Cute. We on the process. Lobbyists draft the exemptions. Naps, predictive analytics, Hale. Harmless. She leaned close, perfume cloying, vanilla and circuit boards. You? The narrative pivot. Framed driver turns terrorist, shoots up the farm, takes hostages. Tragic end, self-inflicted. Eli inherits the GoFundMe. Jordan thrashed, zip ties creaking, ribs igniting fresh. You touch him. The jet door hissed open. stairs unfolding to blistering heat. TAC team boarded, Kai among them, blue hair hidden under a ball cap, taser holstered, but eyes avoiding Jordan's glare. Wheels up. No, wheels down.
They unchained him rough, Harlan too, hauling them into the glare. Blacked out Escalades idling, rotors of a security chopper thumping overhead. Cuffed hands linked, they were marched to the lead SUV, Ellis shotgun, Kai driving silent. The convoy snaked through Reno's fringes, strip malls giving way to sagebrush flats, then chain-link perimeters topped with motion sensors. The data farm rising like a silicon mirage, low-slung bunkers camouflaged as warehouses, cooling towers exhaling steam plumes, server arrays humming subterranean anthems. Guards at gates nodded Ellis through, retinal scans beeping green. Inside, climate-sealed corridors, air crisp as a server rack, walls pulsing with LED status boards, uptime, 99.999%. No windows, just the omnipresent whir of fans, a digital heartbeat. Interrogation suite, not the white void Jordan feared, but a conference room hybrid. A wall screen dominating one end, neural rigs squat in the corner like a dormant spider. Kai shoved them into chairs, cuffs to table rings clicking home. Ellis took the head, tablet syncing to the screen, feeds multiplying, news tickers spinning Vortex's tail, stock charts dipping then rebounding on transparency pledges. Briefing, she said, voice executive smooth. Harlan, you flip, testify to ethical lapses framed as isolated. Light sentence, adjunct gig at a think tank we fund. Hail, immunity. Walk with Eli, new life in Phoenix. Gigs still yours, DoorDash, say. No Uber scars. Harlan's laugh was phlegmy, shoulder bandage seeping anew. Sellout. Naps the leak, exec chats name you, Ellis. Deploy on whistleblowers. Page 112. Her composure flickered, tablet tapping a command. The rig word alive, arms extending, probes glinting. Then we extract. Relive the broadcast, Harlan. Your lies for the counterfeit. Hale watches, motivation. Probes latched, temples, neck, Harlan arching with a gasp, eyes rolling white. Scream bloomed his POV, the ham mic, Jordan's plea echoing internal, then twist, code overlaying, memories warping. Harlan screams muffled through the gag Kai slapped on, body convulsing as the rig milked data, doubts amplified, confessions scripted from subconscious whispers. Jordan strained, table rattling, Kai's taser humming warning at his temple. Stop, take me. Ellis ignored, monitoring vitals on her tablet, heart rate spiking, neural load at 87%. Almost. His profile's gold, academic integrity breach, faked his death for tenure denial revenge. Viral sympathy for us. Alarms pierced, klaxons dopplering corridors, red strobes pulsing. Ellis bolted up, tablet feed fracturing, external cams, gates breaching, SWAT vans screeching in, choppers circling with thump-thump. Containment, now. Kai drew, but too slow, door exploding inward, flashbangs popping white, Voss and tack gear bellowing. Federal. Down weapons. Berlin hackers flanked, hoodies and laptops, EMP backpacks slung, servers whining to shut down as they jacked ports. Greer burst last, recorder thrust like a sword, smile, Ellis, live stream. Hashtag Vortex Raid. Chaos cascaded, Kai tossed mid-lunge, crumpling, guards surrendering hands up, Ellis scrambling for a console, locked out by the collective's DDoS swarm. Harlan sagged free, probes retracting with a snap, Voss cuffing him gentle, easy, Professor Medivacs inbound. Jordan's restraints sheared, bolt cutters cold, rising shaky, ribs a symphony of ache. Voss clapped his back, grizzled face splitting grin. Pirates went nuclear, your call bounced to every shortwave in the hemisphere. Handlogs timestamped the whole Op Greer's byline. Pulitzer bait. Eli's with Lena, safe house till dust settles. Outside, Pharma Hornet's nest, feds zip-tying execs, Ellis in bracelets hissing legalese, Reno's sun gilding the cuffs like ironic halos. Harlan, stretcher to chopper, thumbs up weak, told you, viral. Jordan boarded a separate bird, commercial red-eye standby, but Voss's pull bumped him first class. Flight West blurred. Bourbon need to numb the shake. Feeds on his lap screen exploding. Vortex stock cratering 23%. The CEO resigned amid a probe. Hashtag gig frame trending over hashtag vortex frame, and Ruiz's face appeared on CNN, tearful and vindicated. Tacoma touched down at midnight. Lena's Prius idled curbside, Eli asleep buckled in back, cleats dangling from the mirror like talismans. She hugged him fierce at the terminal, no words, just the press of her cheek to his, rain scent and relief. Voss explained. Mostly. Home. The studio, locks triple-checked, but Jordan slept on the futon with Eli curled close, dreams of boxes dissolving to field goals and bedtime stories. Dawn brought warrants served, Vortex's Reno rated clean, NP code forked open source by Berlin, regulators swarming like locusts. Weeks ground to hearings, Jordan testifying crisp, Harlan's manifests the hammer, NDA class actions blooming, Ruiz leading the charge. Uber purged the upshards, bonuses for framed drivers, but scars lingered, Lena's trust mending slow, Eli's questions blunt. Months later, Seattle's spring, cherry blossoms shedding pink confetti on Aurora Avenue. Jordan drove legit now, logistics firm, steady shifts, no gigs. Harlan taught adjunct, scar faded to story. Greer won her award, book deal inked. But the new phone, burner swapped for company issue, pinged one last time, anonymous. Final delivery. Bonus, peace. Signed, tomorrow. Jordan deleted it, screen black. Some packages you burn unopened. The road ahead unspooled clear, Eli's cleats kicking shotgun, laughter filling the cab. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next tale. This is Lady Elizabeth. I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. I wish you a peaceful night, far from the shadows and close to the light. Until next time for another story.